to 35 lakhs for UK, Canada and Australia. You heard it right. Most of you students think ante chaala mandi em anukuntaru ante education loan kavali anukunte kachithanga edaina property undalemo anukuntaru. That is not required. Can you go to the next slide or the first slide please? You go to the first slide. Yes, that is enough. Thank you. So yes, that is our company. It is HDFC Credila. So we are able to provide loans for students to more than 1,78,000 studying across 55 different countries. Right? We are there in this segment for more than 18 years. In fact, we are India's first dedicated education loan company. Education loan is start chesinde mem India lo. We are a subsidiary of HDFC Limited. So, you know, this is just to give you an awareness. People who are planning for their higher studies in abroad after completing your graduation, you can approach us because most of the students will plan their higher studies once they get to know about their financial stability. Finances manage cheskogaltamu anukunna tarvate they will plan. Right? That's the reason I'm here today, just to give you an awareness. So we have 14 years of EMI tenure. మీరు ఎప్పుడైతే లోన్ తీసుకుంటారో అక్కడి నుంచి 14 years మీరు రీపేమెంట్స్ చేసుకోవచ్చు అనమాట. And whenever you are studying during your course tenure, you no need to pay any EMI to the bank. The EMI will start after completing your master's program. So during these 3 years, you just need to focus on your studies. Once you get a job, you can start repaying your EMIs. Right? We have our stall outside this auditorium. If you have any queries, any questions, you can feel free to you can feel free to reach out to us. And you can also visit our website credila.com if anyone want to apply a loan with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now we call upon Preeti for the dance performance. Please welcome Preeti with a round of applause.
Come now, follow my lead. Come now, follow my lead. I'm in love with your body.
परदेसिया आओ पधारो पिया घर मोरे परदेसिया आओ पधारो पिया तड़ी तड़ा देना दी तड़ी तड़ा देना समा सदा नी धा गा पा गा मा सा सा गा मा नी गा मा नी धा मा गा रे गा मा पा रे मा पा दा मा नी धा मा गा मा रे सा नी सा रे रे मा 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 धा धा मा नी नी रे सा नी धा नी धा मा पा धा नी धा मा गा रे रे सा नी सा रे रे गा न तो मैया की लोरी नाही फागुन की होरी मोहे कुछ दूसरा ना भाई रे जब से नैना ये जाके एक धनुर्धर से लागे तब से बिरहा मोहे सताए ना तो मैया की लोरी नाही फागुन की होरी मोहे कुछ दूसरा ना भाई रे जब से नैना ये जाके एक धनुर्धर से लागे तब से बिरहा मोहे सताए रे दुविधा में सब जग जाने जाने रे मेरे मोहिया घर मोरे परदेसिया आओ पधारो पिया घर मोरे परदेसिया आओ पधारो पिया
Thank you, Preeti, for that wonderful performance. Now we call upon Sri Animesh Aryan Garu, exploring new frontiers in space, empowering Earth with science. Sri Aryan is a dynamic entrepreneur who has significantly contributed to advancing aerospace technology through his innovative work at TAQBT Labs. His leadership in integrating cutting-edge solutions has made him a key figure in aerospace industry, inspiring the next generation of innovators to push the boundaries of technological advancements. Sir, animation.
గుడ్ ఆఫ్టర్నూన్ గట్టిగా చెప్పండి. వన్ అనౌన్స్మెంట్ అండ్ రిక్వెస్ట్. ఇక్కడ విఐపి మూమెంట్లో కార్స్ ఉన్నాయి, దయచేసి ఆ కార్లు ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో ఫ్యాకల్టీ కానీ సైంటిస్టులు కానీ అటు పక్కకి తీసుకోవాలి. గేట్ నెంబర్ 1లో వైపు పెట్టాలి. పోలీస్ ఆర్ వెయిటింగ్, ప్లీజ్. నెక్స్ట్, పైనున్న పల్లవి పిల్లలు కిందికి రావాలి. అక్కడ ఫ్యాకల్టీ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ నవీన్ గారు అండ్ అదర్ రమ్య మేడం, నాకు ఎక్కడ మూమెంట్ ఇక్కడ అందరు కూర్చో, కిందికి వచ్చేయండి అందరూ. హర్షిత్, హేమంత్, శశి అండ్ అదర్ సెక్యూరిటీ పీపుల్ నీడ్ టు టేక్ కేర్. నో మూమెంట్. అనిమేష్ ఆర్యన్, నాకు ఇక్కడ మూమెంట్ ఉండకూడదు. అరే అక్కడ ఒక సో ఇన్స్పైర్ హైదరాబాద్ we welcome BL Raju garu, principal. Yes, thank you sir, we recognize your presence. We also welcome Dr. Raju garu, principal. Yes, welcome you sir. And andaru faculty vallandariki kuda painunna bidlu Arshit. Yeah, thank you. So Animesh Aryan ji, so I request Srinivas garu and Fayaz ji to welcome our NRSA director, and Dr. Naveen, you can Naisrao garu, Naveen garu can accompany. Srinivas ji, Mahesh ji, పెద్ద సార్ వస్తున్నారు, తీసుకురండి. Yes, now can we all welcome our young and dynamic entrepreneur, TAQBT founder and director, మనకి క్వాంటమ్ టెక్నాలజీస్ గురించి ఆ టెక్నాలజీని స్టార్ట్ చేసి స్పేస్ డిఫెన్స్ సర్వీసెస్ ఇస్తున్నారు అనిమేష్ ఆర్యన్.
సలాం సలాం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం.
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance. One should not be afraid of problems.
స్వచ్ఛత కలిగిన మనసుల కలయిక చక్కని కుటుంబమన్నావు.
Okay. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. Yeah, how are things here? Like it's post-lunch, and I have been asked to talk to you about something on the aerospace. Well, I actually come from a non-aerospace background. I run a company called TagBed, which is into quantum technologies. How many of you heard of quantum communication, quantum computing? Great. So this is a very auspicious day to start. And what I will talk to you about is that this is an upcoming technology. Okay? Quantum computing is going to be the most relevant thing which can be done. And all of you, I think that majority of you are from engineering background. How many of you are from engineering background? Okay, all of you. How many from electronics and computer science? Quite a few. Okay. So, you know, while you look at different kinds of prospects and different kinds of career, motivations for yourself, I think what you all have to do is look at the opportunities which is being brought up by AI. Now, artificial intelligence is known to everybody, but if you look at what is being done on quantum computing, you will see that there is a plethora of opportunities. Not only, we are talking about also in India, because there is a national quantum mission which has been set by the government of India, and there is a major impetus to see that this skill set can also be developed within the country. So all of you who actually come from a background in electronics and communication and also computer science, they have a lot of things to work on, both from hardware side, from software side. How many of you have heard of quantum bit, qubit? Great, great, great. So I'm very thankful to the organizers. I had a presentation, unfortunately there was a flight delay. So what I can tell you is that we as a company look for bright and passionate people. We look for people who are, willing to make that change. And at this Kalam Foundation, I believe that all of you somewhere have got inspired. In my early childhood, I had the opportunity to, see Dr. Kalam, right, somewhere in an auditorium like this. And his words that whatever you dream has to be made into reality, and you should, something which doesn't let you sleep. This is something which all of you should get, aspired. And in this kind of an atmosphere, it's very difficult to talk something on the technical points. But what I can suggest you is that quantum is the technology for the decade, and you have to be the resources, because the moment you are educated, you are able to understand and build the skill set in this field, there are plenty of opportunities. Just the opportunities won't, you will not be able to fathom it. And feel free to connect with us. Hello? Yeah. Okay, sorry. So, what I would suggest is that try to read more about and figure out opportunities in quantum computing, quantum communication. Feel free. You can get, my details from Sri Naresh Garu. And anything where we can be of help, we'll be very happy. And we host a lot of actually engineering people at our campus in Bangalore. And we'll be very happy if you are, eager to know something or eager to work in this field. Okay? I don't know, it's post-lunch and, so people are still getting settled. So, is there any question that you would want to me to answer? Do they answer? Excuse me. Do they answer? Can we take question here? Can we take questions from the audience? Yeah. Please. Any questions? It could be anything related to your career, anything that you want to build, anything to entrepreneurship. Because I started my journey in building my own startup about 6 years ago. So if there's anything that you want to be answered, probably is someone available?
Very good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah, what motivated you for being a young entrepreneur on this dais today?
Okay. Yeah, that's a tricky. So I call that, I never actually imagined that I will be an entrepreneur, okay? So I come from a background in physics, and the most common thing was to become a professor, right? That's the most academic and the research route. But, any technology, when it grows right from the labs to the commercial place, right? So there was some bit of interest that should I attempt it, should I try? So I tried, and that's where I actually, met some good people who actually helped me. So one of the things you must always look for is good mentor. So I was mentored by good people, and somehow the opportunities clicked, okay? And it is also a matter of time. Like if you see, if someone was trying to make an application, before Android, it was not a hit, right? Android brought that platform. So you must look at different kinds of technologies which get fused together, and you can see that there will be a difference. So, Uber today is only because Android existed, right? Android actually brought everyone to the common platform. So similarly, when you want to try something entrepreneurship, see that how you can impact people at large.
Sir, just another question.
Yeah.
Yeah, what are the major obstacles that you have faced in this entrepreneur, like whenever you're growing?
Yeah. I think major, when you come from a very, I'm, a very average middle class family background.
Yeah.
So one of the things that you actually will face is the lack of
Financial
funding.
funds.
Yes. So resources, right? Not only money. I'm talking about any kind of resources, right?
Yes.
So that is something which will be a major bottleneck, because that will also define what kind of risk you can take. Of course, there are technological risks, but there are also financial risks. So you have to make a measure of that, calculate your risk, and then get into something like entrepreneurship. But today, I think the atmosphere is better. There's a lot of support, a lot of things actually are coming up. So, if you are actually, and then you also need to have a lot of perseverance. Often people think that you start a company and then people will start pouring money into it. Okay, that is not how it happens. Okay, yeah.
Sir, are there any any of your lectures or like someone who has supported you in growing up in this entrepreneurial area?
Yeah, enormous. I'm telling you that I have been blessed, fortunately, with very good mentors. Some of them whom you will also see here. So, they helped, in understanding how to build a business. So it is like, when you do not know something, you use GPS, right?
Yes, sir.
GPS knows how to go into that. Similarly, when you go into uncharted territory like entrepreneurship, you need someone who can actually help you guide, help you understand how to go in that direction. Yeah? I hope I have answered it.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Anyone else? Please, can you give the mic there?
Hi, sir.
Hi.
Sir, could you explain the term about quantum, how it works, and most of us are not familiar with the term quantum science and quantum computer.
Okay, great. So, good. That's a very good question. See, how many of you actually, have heard of Moore's law?
Yes, sir.
Moore's law? Nobody? Electronics and communication, computer science. The number of transistors, the size, it doubles. No idea about Moore's law? Okay, so what Moore's law suggests is that the number of transistors which are used in our traditional computing actually is doubles, right? And the size is becoming smaller and smaller. So today you can see your chips are, mobile chips are couple of nanometers, right? 5 nanometer, 4 nanometer. Now this is what you call as a classical range. Okay, in this range, you have the traditional physics which is used to define your gates. What happens is that when you go beyond nanometer range, then your gates will not operate the way it was supposed to be. So quantum actually happens at that level when you go at the atomic range. Okay, and what it does is it gives you a different kind of computing. So prior to we had semiconductor, there were electrical circuits, units being used. You have heard of the machine, Enigma machine, right?
Yeah, sir.
Right? So that was the first wave of computing in which you used electrical devices to perform calculations. Then came semiconductors, which actually could do something way faster in a very small size. This is the third wave of computing, which can solve problems which someone thought was unimaginable. So quantum computing basically is a field which uses principles of quantum physics to give you for computational activities. Okay. So imagine today if you hit a football to any of these walls here, you expect it to come back, right? Yes. That is how your traditional computers work. Now imagine if we're supposed to hit that football and it could just cross to the other side. If you have seen some of the movies of, some movies from Avengers or something,
Yes,
Ant-Man, you would have seen, what it says is something called as a quantum tunneling, which means that your gates will not perform the way it is. Objects can cross over without, physically destroying that particular thing. So this is, it uses some principles of quantum physics and it gives you immense benefits because it is about whatever you thought would take million years can actually be solved in a couple of hours. So that's why almost all tech companies are working on quantum computing, quantum technologies.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Any further questions? Any further questions? Oh, please. Please, can you just pass on? Can you please pass on the mic?
Good afternoon, sir. Sir, it's me, Chaya Mishra from Methodist College of Engineering and Technology. Sir, this side.
Oh, this side. Sorry.
This side. You're right. Sir, this side.
Oh, okay.
Sir, actually, being a young, successful man, but not being only to yourself, but to the society, you're a very successful man. And as a young age, see, actually, we all know what to do, what not to do, what are right and wrong. But as a young man, due to the distraction of world, the world is full of distractions as well as the achievement. But what made you to be attracted always towards the achievement? How did you overcome the distractions of the world, especially in the today's world and in today's generation and today's young's life?
Yes, so see, this is, I would say, a problem with everything that you undertake. If you take up engineering, you will have a lot of distraction. You take up medical, there'll be a lot of other problems. So I think that if you are sure about, or at least, sincere about what you want to achieve, you will figure out a way. Like it is not, I won't claim that, I have mastered the art of, getting things together. But what motivates you to, wake up and come to the college? What motivates you to, get up and run your startup, right? I think once you are able to figure out that this is why I'm doing it, once you're clear of your basics, then no one else has to tell you that you must go to the college on time or you must attend the lectures. Because eventually you are expecting something, right? You want to achieve something. Now, in order for you to reach there, no one is going to come and push you. Maybe till some extent parents do, some extent teachers do. But eventually, even if someone offers you a breakfast plate, eventually you will have to eat. So if your motivation is that I want to do something, I think eventually things will, gear up and get aligned. So it's also a process. It is not like today you start and today you have mastered. You know that these are distractions. You can't get away. You can't live in the forest today, right? So even forest will have mobile connection. So I think you have to figure out that how do you want to go, and I think people figure out. It is not something that you have to be aligned in that area. You have to be aligned with your objectives, and you have to take a stock of your objectives. Am I going in the right path? Because if you keep some milestones, you know that you're going in the right path or not, or do you need any course correction? Yeah?
Yes, sir. Thank you
Thank
very
you.
much, sir.
Thank you. I think, is it okay? Or can I take one more question? Any more question? Please. Can you get the mic here?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, an entrepreneur has one can take risk at any time, no? Like, what made you to take a risk at your graduation time? You're having to take internship and everything, no? What made you to think of getting into entrepreneurship?
No, first I did not get into entrepreneurship in my graduation, okay? So I did my graduation, post-graduation, and then I was pursuing my research in Singapore. So it was during that time I figured out that there are some opportunities available and I wanted to give a shot, okay? The second thing which you mentioned is, it's not about you should just drop everything and do. It is often that you will have to make a decision, right? What you want to pursue. So I started this journey right from, from Vizag actually. So there was some program which was launched. I started my journey from Vizag, and slowly, some opportunities kept on growing, it kept on growing. And it is not like someone has to decide that I will only do in graduation. But you also know, if you could run 10 kilometers today, 5 years, 10 years later, you won't be able to run, right? So you also have your own liabilities, responsibilities, and duties, right? So it is a personal choice everyone has to make, what they want. But if you want to be doing that, it is good that you know that you are able to take early risk. You will not be able to take that risk if you have a family and all, because there will be a lot of financial, duties you need to fulfill. So it was not that I wanted only to, as I said, I had never planned to be an entrepreneur. So it is only that, something came up together, and that's how I became an entrepreneur. So it was not something that I always thought that I dreamt of becoming an entrepreneur. No, that's not true.
Yeah. Can I?
Yeah, please,
Sir,
please.
did you take risk at the time of demand, or did you start earlier?
So what you are actually referring to is that, did you do any market survey before?
Sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, yes, anyone who wants to get into business, who wants to get into any kind of startup or trying to do something, not only has to understand the technology, but also has to understand where is your market, who are the guys who want your product, right? I was telling this in my previous question, that you have to figure out who your customer is and how big your customer is, and there are a lot of other metrics as well, right? And that is important for you to, of course, you don't want to build something which you only keep in your home, right?
But sir, the strategy of the market and customers changes day by day.
Correct.
But we can't estimate, it's uncertainty, no? How can we take risk at the time of demand, and how can we ensure that our product goes into the market and we get the 100% of the profit?
Okay.
One can't estimate, no?
No. So therefore, this is not a static approach. It's a dynamic approach. First, the second part to your question is, no, it is not true. Sometimes some technologies come which we may even not need, right? Some technologies demands are created, right? It's like, look at this, new applications, quick deliveries, right? 10-minute delivery. Now, this was not really everyone was dying that I need to have this. But it also gave you that comfort that if you want anything at any point of time, So there are also, there is also a market which is induced, and there is a market where there is a need which already exists. You often have to do some kind of a fitting to ensure that, you are able to deliver your product and build your, business. So it is not a static approach. It is not like today I saw, tomorrow if something changes, you may have to do a course correction. We all have done that. Okay? So we also thought that this idea will click, but then we thought that, okay, but no one will be able to use it. So then we had to junk that idea. So you have to also be comfortable and open to junking some ideas that now this doesn't work because the situation has changed. So it is not like you started with something and you will keep on doing that no matter what happens. For some technologies, like you look at Elon Musk. Elon Musk wanted to have reusable rockets. Everyone said it is wrong, it is not correct. No one will ever do it. But then he did it in 10 years, right? So that's a disruptive market. Okay? And then there are some markets where things existed. People knew that machine learning is being used, AI will come up, Gen AI did come up, right? So there are different kinds of business. It depends on what exactly is your idea, what exactly is your business model, and then the strategy will be around that kind of a thing.
Sir, whether we can't say our product gives the optimal usage to the customers, no? What made you to sell your product into the market to make it optimal usage to the customers?
No, it is not optimal. See, as I said, you will be selling two things. Either you are solving a pain point, which we call as, it's a paracetamol. You are solving a pain. Or it is a vitamin. You are enabling something better. Right? So it depends. So it depends at what exactly. We developed security products, like how your data can be secure using quantum technologies. So we saw that there is a market, and we can actually build something on that, and we delivered it. Similarly, the strategies could be different. Like today, I don't know how many of you have heard of this application which can give you some instant videos using AI. Right? Now Gen AI has come. Now people are using that to develop. Yeah. Develop codes and build.
Entrepreneur has the probability whether their product clicks or not. But like if the time doesn't come and their product doesn't click, they had made the groundwork a lot, but it doesn't click, no. However, like taking risk at that time. But it doesn't click, no. However, like taking risk at that time.
See, your questions are more intricate and it will not be. There are ways to handle all of that. There are ways to handle your IP, your products. How can you take precautions? How much to expose? All of that can be done. Okay? Yeah?
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So, guys, big round of. Guys, big round of. అరే హైదరాబాద్ తరీక ఇది కాదురా, హైదరాబాద్లో ఉన్నారు, బెంగళూరు నుంచి వచ్చారు సార్, ఇంకా కొంచెం గట్టిగా. థ్యాంక్ యూ, గాడ్ బ్లెస్ యూ. థ్యాంక్ యూ అనిమేష్ ఆర్యన్జీ. Now we have a great speaker. Before that, I would like to Sandhya is going to perform a dance. Sandhya, please welcome Sandhya. Sang, please Sandhya. Thank you. Yes. I think from yes, guys.
Guys, there is a small announcement. Car number 7299 4700 6669 5369 1252 2198 కార్స్ రిమూవ్ చేయండి. గవర్నర్ వస్తున్నారంట, ప్లీజ్. Please guys, please remove your cars. Guys, please fast గా లేసి కార్ పార్కింగ్ ఏరియాలో ఉన్న కార్స్ రిమూవ్ చేయండి. I request, please. Again, I'll repeat the vehicle numbers. 7299 4700 6669 5369 1252 2198. Everyone, please be seated. Don't be moved.
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం వచ్చే కాలం గళమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం
Guys, please fast the cars under తీయండి.
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance.
So we now have a session by NRSC Director Dr. Prakash Chauhan sir, exploring new frontiers in space, empowering Earth with science. Dr. Chauhan has been instrumental in advancing Indian space research, particularly in the area of remote sensing technologies. His leadership at NRC has helped leverage satellite data for a wide range of applications, from disaster management to environmental monitoring, significantly contributing to national development and global scientific process. We are truly honored to have Dr. Prakash Chauhan sir with us today. Please invite to him the dais.
So we can put it here. How much time? Okay, we'll close that.
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge.
Okay, good afternoon to you all. How are you? All of you are still in a mood to listen to some stories about space? Very good. First and foremost, let me pay my, regards to Dr. Kalam on his 93rd birth anniversary, for which today we are celebrating at this beautiful hall, and all of you have, gathered here. All of you know that this day is celebrated as World Students' Day. United Nations has declared October 15th to be celebrated as World Students' Day in the fond memory of Dr.APJ Kalam. So today all of you, the student community, all of you are here, and we are celebrating this function. And thank you for the Kalam Institute for igniting these young minds and doing this wonderful program over here. So friends, in next 15-20 minutes, what I will do, can you see these slides here? So how many of you have heard about India's space program? All of you know about space program? How many of you know about Chandrayaan? Okay, I can see a lot of hands. How many of you heard about Mangalyaan? All of you have heard. How many of you have heard about ResourceSat satellite? Very few. How many of you have heard about Navik constellation? Very few. So, since all of you know about Chandrayaan, all of you know about Mangalyaan, but some of you don't know about the missions which ISRO is doing to know our own planet or the planet Earth. See, we are living in a planet Earth. It is our mother planet. So we want to know more about neighbors. Now, who is our neighbor? Moon is our closest neighbor, 384,000 kilometers away. Mars is our another planet, neighborly planet. This side we have Venus, and then we have, so many, other small planets, and the far off planets are there. 9 planets in the solar system. So everybody is interested to know about neighbors. But before knowing about neighbors, we should also know about ourselves. So ISRO also do large amount of work to know and to create information as well as provide lot of support services for sustainable development and development of our own country by sending large amount of satellites to know about Earth, to provide services like your positioning service, what we call as P&T service, position, navigation, and then your location services. So like your GPS system, we have our own system called Navig system. And then we also do large amount of satellite-based communication services. So what I will do in next 20 minutes, I will tell you that how these satellites, which are launched by space organizations in India by ISRO, how they are helping our society's development and how they are helping, large amount of activities on the planet Earth itself. Next slide. So, moving towards space ubiquity. What does it mean? It means that whatever activity you are doing today on Earth, there is somewhere hidden hand of space is there. You may not know that you are using space technology, but in daily life, you are using space technology for doing many things. How many of you withdraw money from your ATMs? Please raise your hand. So all of you are drawing money from ATM. Your ATM, even if you are going to a village, it works, it gives you cash. How does that transaction happens? From your ATM machine, if you just carefully monitor, there is a VSAT antenna, very small satellite terminal antenna on a ATM, shop or ATM, wherever it is installed. And then as soon as you do transaction, the communication, the signal is sent to a satellite, which is around 36,000 kilometers away from the surface of Earth. This type of satellites are called geostationary satellites. They continuously look over India. So we have put such satellites. So from VSAT, the signal goes to a satellite, and then from satellite, it gets relayed to your server of your bank, which may be in Mumbai, or which may be in Calcutta, or which may be in Delhi. So all these things happens in fraction of time, because the signal is traveling with speed of light. And that's how all of you are using space technology even to do a basic function like withdrawing money from your ATMs. All of you are watching direct to home television. All these hundreds or 200s of television channels every day in different languages, they all come to your home through a small dish antenna. This also happens through a satellite-based communication. When you are going, when I was coming from NRSC Hyderabad, Balanagar to this place, if I am new to the city, I have to use a Google map or some, mapping service, which can give me the location. This location also, your position in your mobile is also located through the help of space technology. You are using mostly the GPS constellation, and this GPS constellation is an American constellation. There are more than 20 satellites continuously providing signals, and there is a receiver in your mobile phone which receives minimum 4 satellite signals, and it gives your position, latitude, longitude, and your height from the mean sea level. This service is called P&T service. Okay? So, going from one place to another place, today we are using satellite technology. India has its own version of GPS. It's called Navig, constellation of satellites. 8 satellites, which are basically also providing these P&T services. Now, Government of India has made mandatory to use Navig-enabled chips in the mobiles which are being manufactured in India. So very soon you will get both GPS signal as well as the Navig signal in your mobile phones.
So this is another example that ubiquitously or knowing or unknowingly you are using space technology in your life. The third example is, I will show, is what we call as Earth observation satellites or remote sensing satellites. What is remote sensing? You are seeing me? Are you people able to see me or not? Are you able to hear my voice? There is a big distance between each of one of us. So we are remotely seeing each other. We are remotely hearing each other. But if I have to find my own body's temperature, or somebody is your mother or father, if you have a fever, they will touch your hand and then they will find out that you have some fever. So it's not remote sensing. It is basically getting information by coming in contact of a person. So any information which we get by coming without contact to any object is known as remote sensing. So we are all doing remote sensing right now. But this remote sensing can also be done from putting sensors on satellites. We can put cameras on satellites and we can get images of Earth's surface in different part of electromagnetic spectrum. So today we have satellites which can make measurements of 30 centimeter by 30 centimeter object, a very small object. We can see from space around 500 kilometers away. So what does it happens? Next slide, can you show? So Earth observation, satellite communication and navigation. These are the three sisters which are there in space, which are helping our life to become easier by providing navigation service, by providing communication, information flow, and also doing remote sensing to find out what is happening in your neighborhood. Suppose if I want to know how Hyderabad used to look 20 years back, how many buildings which has come up in last 20 years in Hyderabad, how do I know? So we have got satellite images of last 20 years over Hyderabad city. And we have got recent images over Hyderabad city. We can compare and we can see that how the Hyderabad has grown. How many of you have heard a entity's name nowadays very popular in your local newspaper, something called Hydra. How many of you have heard of Hydra? Yeah, a lot of people are about Hydra. So what Hydra is doing? Hydra is trying to now rejuvenate the lakes of Hyderabad. Many of the lakes in Hyderabad, they have been encroached upon by a lot of people. And then some lakes are basically, constructions, etc., has happened. How do they know that this was part of original lake? Come to NRSC, National Remote Sensing Center. So they are all coming to us and they are asking us that, tell me in 1960, 1970, 1980, how much was this lake? This lake was very good at that time. It was full of water. But in between some lafda has happened. And that lafda we can catch. And then we can tell that in this year, this problem has happened. So this is how the satellite technology is providing you large amount of information for governance. And this is all done through remote sensing. Next slide. Next. So, we are aspiring to become, Viksit Bharat by 2047. And by 2047, if we have to become Viksit Bharat, there are many challenges we are facing. And to overcome all these challenges, we have to use space technology. And this space technology based systems today, I am just going to tell you that how they are helping us. Next slide. Next. So today, India is operating around 55, satellites. And these 55 satellites are providing Earth observation or remote sensing capabilities. They are providing 18 communication satellites are there, as well as 8 navigation satellites are there. And then we also have satellites for space science activities. We have satellites like Chandrayaan, Aditya L1, as well as, other satellites. So, total roughly 55 satellites are there in the space today, which are providing very valuable services, both communication service, navigation service, as well as the remote sensing services for doing various tasks. Next slide, please. So, these satellites have large amount of applications which some of the examples I gave you. So you have applications in agriculture, you have applications for understanding the changes by the climate, you have applications in defense, security, as well as, finding out sources of renewable energy. And then host of the things today are being done by the satellite technology. Next slide, please. Next, we can go to the next slide. Okay, so this is how a satellite high-resolution image looks like. Some of you, can you identify that building, that round building? That is our parliament, the old parliament, and then we have got recently the new parliament. So both the parliaments you can see, this is one of the high-resolution satellite image taken by India's Cartosat satellite system. And the satellite is so powerful, you can see on that road, small, the cars and all the small vehicles which are going on this, Rashtrapati Bhavan road. So this is the kind of technology which is available today for providing information from remote sensing satellites. Next slide, please. Can you identify these two things? These are all, the stacks of a thermal power plant. So this is the kind of 30 centimeter imaging system we have today from the satellites of India. And these are the details which are coming not by your drones. They are coming basically from satellites, and satellites have capability to provide data anywhere in the world. So with this type of capability, if I want to know what is happening across borders or in some other countries, that is how you get information from the remote sensing data sets. Next slide. Can we see through clouds? See, whenever there are clouds, using optical remote sensing or optical sensors, we cannot see through. But over India, most of the time during monsoon, there are clouds. So you need technologies which can see through clouds. So there are sensors called synthetic aperture radars. These radars can penetrate clouds, and then using this imaging technologies, we can see through clouds also. So this is a beautiful structure called Eye of Africa. You can see that round structure, and these radars can also penetrate. So below the surface of Earth also you can get some information. This is, the other image is the Maldives actually. So you can see all the runways, strips, oceans using this radar technology. Next slide. So these are all some two-dimensional images of Earth. So not only you get the plain two-dimensional images using satellites, we can also get the third dimension, or the perception of the height also can be achieved. And this is called the digital elevation model. So using our Cartosat series of satellites, we have created the third dimension of entire India in a digital domain. And this entire data is available to us. I will show you one particular video where, sitting in Hyderabad, I will take you to the Himalayas and I will give you the virtual darshan of Gangotri, and you all will be seeing the Gangotri glacier. Next slide, please. Okay, so now we are flying over river Bhagirathi, and then we are approaching, this is the river, and these are the mountain systems around Bhagirathi river. And this place called Gomukh, this is the place from where the Ganga originates. And now we are flying over the Gangotri glacier. Glacier is an ice mass from where, the ice basically melts and water starts trickling down. For young people, you should know that how water gets produced in these rivers. And now this is how a glacier look like. And these are the higher regions of the glacier, Kirti glacier. And then you have this white snow, this is fresh snow. So glacier is formed by accumulation of snow over a long period of time. Thousands of years it has taken for this glacier to form. And slowly with, the heat, it melts and it produces water. And this water becomes so large that a mighty river like Ganga is created in Himalayas. So this is the beauty of remote sensing, that sitting over here in this, beautiful auditorium, I can take you and I can give you a virtual darshan of Gangotri glacier. Isn't it amazing? So you should have some, appreciation for this technology. So this is how Indians today are creating virtual, digital twins of all landforms in your laboratory. So this is not only a beautiful animation, this is being used for doing large amount planning. You can find out the slopes of these hills. If you have to carve a road in the hill, you can make those measurements sitting in your laboratory. And then you can plan a hill. If you have to put certain telecommunication towers in these hilly areas, you can do a line of sight surveys and plan all those things. So all this beautiful satellite data along with this third dimensional information is being used for a lot of developmental activities all across India. That is the big contribution of India's space program. So that's what I wanted to tell, that you all must know that other than Chandrayaan, other than Mangalyaan, how we are helping. So today space is being used for not only developmental activity to provide water security, food security, shelter, governance, disaster management. In all these areas there are big applications. I will show very quickly few examples so that all you young students can appreciate that what I am going to talk. Next slide. So like agriculture. Agriculture is a big area where space data is currently being used. How many of you know that which are the states in which maximum rice production happens in India? Very difficult question. Rice happens in Telangana also, in Andhra also, but rice happens in Tamil Nadu also for southern states. But maximum rice is being grown in a state where people don't eat rice. They eat only chapati. So maximum rice production is happening in Punjab and then in Haryana. How do we know it? So using these satellite images, today I have a technology, I can map this year's Kharif rice production on a national basis. And I will show you that image. Next slide. Look at this particular image of India. All that yellow regions, all that yellow things which I have marked is the rice production areas. This is last year's rice production area, which we have mapped using synthetic aperture radar during the Kharif season, which can see through clouds. So we can see through clouds and we can map the paddy plantations over a period of time. And you could see the entire Punjab is yellow, Haryana is yellow, UP is yellow, Bihar, Chhattisgarh, and in south there are certain patches which are only yellow. So these are the rice growing areas. The green areas are the forest. They are permanent forest covers. So India has around 23% of forest cover, which we also map every 2 years using satellite technology. So this is how we are accounting the natural resources of the country. How much forest is there? How much rice is there? How much wheat is growing? And all these inputs are very important for government, for import, exports, and then taking very vital decisions. If I have come to know advance that rice production is going to be less in the country, what I will do? I will stop the export of rice that year. And I will create strategies to bring some rice into the country. And that information, operationally, 11 crops in India are today being mapped using satellite technologies. So this is the big contribution of space in terms of policy planning for agriculture things. Next slide. Another very important aspect for farmers we are doing now, most of the farmers are being given crop insurance. See what happens, some flooding has happened, some extreme rain has happened, farmers have lost their crops. How do we know that how much crop has been lost? You cannot go everywhere, the insurance guy will not go to all the places and see. So today they are using these satellite images to find out that which area in which maximum damage to the crops have happened, and based on that they make an assessment and solve the insurance claims of the farmer. There is a national level program done by Ministry of Agriculture which does all this activity in India. Similarly, agriculture हो गया, खाना मिल गया, खाना के साथ पानी भी जरूरी है. Without water nothing happens. So water is basically governing the entire country, and there are a lot of water wars are also happening. There are states in India, you have the famous rivalry of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu fighting for water. How much water is there in our rivers? How much water we have in our reservoirs? How do we know? It's a huge country. There is no other way than knowing by using space technology, that how much water availability is there in Indian rivers during monsoon, post-monsoon or pre-monsoon. So we have made, big arrangements. There is a national level programs which are doing water accounting in India using space technology and ground-based observations under National Hydrology Program. Next slide. So this is how, what we call as the water dashboard. For all major reservoirs in India, we are providing every 15 days how much water is available. Last year, there was a problem in Bangalore. Many of you know that Bangalore suffered lot of water crisis, and Bangalore get the maximum water from this reservoir. It's called Krishna Sagar Raj Reservoir. So on 28th August and then on 27th March, you can see that blue color, how much it has shrunk. So almost 50% less water was available for the reservoir which was giving water to Bangalore city. And this is how, the information starts coming. And then this information was available with the water managers of Bangalore city, and they started making other arrangements, so that at least city starts getting continuous flow of water. So this is how for entire country these water dashboards are there today, and they provide information. Next slide. If you go to Rajasthan, how many of you have gone to Rajasthan, students? So Rajasthan is a desert area. In desert you don't get water. Even surface water is not there, rivers are not there. But there are some rivers, or there are certain signatures which used to be paleo rivers. That means historically, in thousands years back, some river used to flow. And those channels are called paleo channels or old river channels. So we identify such old river channels on satellite images, and then we pinpoint and do some surveys there, so that, groundwater, which can be used to provide water to the villagers, the availability of groundwater is maximum. So this is one such example where you can see that particular area, which is a paleo channel. We can identify that paleo channel because it has some vegetation on it. And then we do a survey, and then we find out at what depth water is available. So this is how, the examples of water availability are there. Next slide. Similarly, for entire Himalaya, we monitor the snow cover and find out how much snow melts and how much water is available in the Himalayan rivers. Next. Next slide. Next. We can go to the next slide. Yeah, this is another big example of lakes. Last year in Sikkim, one lake has got burst. It is called Glof. And we could monitor that, what happened to that lake and how much water got spilled out of that lake. Next slide. Next, we can quickly, this is how we can map that how solar power plants are coming up in India. This is using a machine learning technique. You can see the blue dots. All these blue dots are basically showing the installed solar power plants in India. And to your surprise, people think in Rajasthan or in Gujarat you have maximum solar capacity, but maximum solar plants of 10 hectares and more are in Telangana. Telangana is a leader in solar power generation. This is the data which comes out from space technology. Next slide. So, 3 cheers for Telangana. Okay, next is floods or disaster. Next slide. So, we can map how the floods are happening. This year there were extensive floods in Vijayawada and all. So, using satellite technology, we can map the floods also. Next. And then cyclones. This cyclone, there is a cyclone today around Chennai. So using satellite images, we can also, make measurements how the cyclones are progressing and which area cyclone is going to hit and how much rain is going to happen. I will conclude in 2 minutes by just saying that. Next slide. Keep on rolling. Okay. I think it's not going further. What I want to say, these are some of the examples of how space technology is today, has improved our life, and how the space sector is providing lot of opportunities to the youngsters. Last year, Government of India has announced a new space policy, and they have allowed the private sector participation. And I will tell you, in last 2.5 years, more than 200 space startups have started. They are launching now rockets, they are building satellites, they are doing this type of application services. and maximum number of startups are there in Hyderabad city. Hyderabad, if you go, there are companies which are making 3D printed rockets. There are companies which are making micro, small satellite systems. There are companies which are basically doing this kind of ground-based applications. So more than 150 startups are there in Hyderabad and surrounding areas. And this is the new era of geospatial or space technology, which is going to be available to our youngsters like we had the IT revolution. Similarly, this space revolution is knocking our door. So all you young guys, you mark my words that many of you can explore, your potentials, your career opportunities in the young startup companies which are basically making space as their own, career paths. So this is one message I want to give, and I want to leave at this place that with the opening of space sector, there are plenty of opportunities available in space sector for young people to grow, to create, to innovate, and to earn and to make our country pride. Thank you very much for all your attention.
Questions we are running out. Thank you so much, Dr. Prakash Chauhan ji, Director NRSC. Guys, Hyderabad ka. Thank you so much, sir ji. So I'm happy to announce that, blessings of Chairman ISRO and directions with, Director NRSC. KIYE is going to, educate 1 million children mixing with, rural and urban about space and space technologies. Now very soon, it is very happy news for KIYE and all the rural youth of Telangana. We are going to educate 1 million children. We don't charge anything, beta. గట్టిగా చప్పట్లు కొట్టండి. థ్యాంక్ యూ సర్జీ. స్పేస్ ఆన్ వీల్స్ తో అక్కడ పెట్టారు, మీరు వెళ్ళేటప్పుడు తప్పకుండా చూడాలి బిడ్డ. థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్ సర్జీ. థ్యాంక్ యూ. నా మై రిక్వెస్ట్ ప్రకాష్ చౌహాన్ జీకి. సో నౌ ఫ్రెండ్స్, honorable governor is going to come. So friends, now we have our mentor, our chief mentor now with us, and we want to thank DRDO and ISRO, and we recognize and invite your presence, DRDO directors and Rama. So now, friends, ఒకసారి గట్టిగా క్లాప్ ఇస్తూ ఉంటే మన చీఫ్ మెంటర్ని మనము KIYE, in the name of KIYE, so we could able to do so many things అన్నమాట. మీకు ఒక చిన్న కథ చెప్తా, ఒకటి చిన్నదే. సో రామేశ్వరంలో నేను వెళ్ళి వస్తూ ఉంటే, ఆఫ్టర్ డిమైజ్ ఆఫ్ డాక్టర్ కలాం, from 2015 to 2007, regularly every year for the remembering day and for birthday anniversary, I used to go there. In 2007, by DRDO, there was a big auditorium or big memorial by DRDO, and there I could able to meet one great man. So he is sitting in a DRDO vehicle. I went to him and I knocked his door.
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం వచ్చే కాలం గళమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance. One should not be afraid of problems.
స్వచ్ఛత కలిగిన మనసుల కలయిక చక్కని కుటుంబమన్నావు చక్కని కుటుంబ సమూహమే మన దేశ సమైక్యత అన్నావు కుటుంబ విలువల పాఠాలే క్రమశిక్షణ పాఠాలన్నావు దేశ దేశముల క్రమశిక్షణయే ప్రపంచ శాంతని అన్నావు నీ సంకల్ప విశ్వసనీయత మేల్కొలిపినది నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జాతి పతాకం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం సలాం సలాం గళమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం
was our dream. Continuous.
స్వచ్ఛత కలిగిన మనసుల కలయిక చక్కని కుటుంబమన్నావు చక్కని కుటుంబ సమూహమే కుటుంబమన్నావు చక్కని కుటుంబ సమూహమే మన
ఫ్యాకల్టీ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్కి, మీ ప్రిన్సిపల్స్కి వాళ్ళకి ఎంతో రుణపడి ఉంటాం. మీకు వాళ్ళు ఎంతో రుణపడి ఉంటారు. కలాం కన్వెన్షన్, ఏరోస్పేస్ కన్వెన్షన్లో చాలా బాగా ఉపయోగపడింది అనుకుంటున్నాను. ఈ డాట్కి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి ఉండండి. సో అందరూ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇవ్వండి, మీకు సర్టిఫికేట్ వస్తుంది. చూడండి బిడ్డ, లేకుంటే ఫ్యాకల్టీ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్లో వేసేయండి. సో యాక్టివ్గా ఉండాలనుకున్న వాళ్ళు మీకు 8099941440 నెంబరు.
सुन पुकारे कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम हर्षित जन गण गर्वित मन कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम देश नमन तुझे करता क्षण क्षण कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम है नतमस्तक सागर संगम कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance. One should not be afraid of problems.
दिल में सोना जब दमकेगा तब आदम इंसान होगा जिस घर में इंसान बसते हो वो घर जब रोशन होगा दिल से दिल तक राह बना ले घर तीरथ मंदिर होगा आँख तेरी जब आंसू उसके तब ये सफल जीवन होगा दीन इलाही राम राज की राह पे चल के हमको दिखाया
Guys, please make sure that you follow us on social media. Here's scan and follow us.
बुद्ध न देखा गांधी न देखा देखा तुझे सब कुछ देखा तू जमीन पर शांति दूत है दिगंत का भी ज्ञाता तू अंतरिक्ष की लेता उड़ाने और हृदय में उतर जाता जहाँ गया वहाँ भूमि पावन तेरा निशान न मिट पाता अंतरिक्ष पर हस्ताक्षर कर इस माटी का मान बढ़ाया श्वेत हरित कौसुभ पुकारे कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम हर्ष
We have the honor of welcoming our esteemed chief guest, Honorable Governor of Telangana, Sri Jishnudev Verma.
क्षण क्षण कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम है नतमस्तक सागर संगम कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम
I request Ida Madhurya to greet him with a bouquet. I request Mr. Akash to greet Dr. G. Satish Reddy sir with a bouquet. I request Srilata ma'am
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం
I request
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం
please handle the bouquets to the guests.
నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటూ
I request everybody to raise for national anthem.
వచ్చే
I request everybody to raise for national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Thank you everyone. We now proceed to the ceremonial of lighting of the lamp by our Honorable Governor of Telangana. And following with a floral tribute to Dr.APJ ABDUL Kalam.
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం వచ్చే కాలం గళమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం.
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance. One should not be afraid of problems.
స్వచ్ఛత కలిగిన మనసుల కలయిక చక్కని కుటుంబమన్నావు చక్కని కుటుంబ సమూహమే మన దేశ సమైక్యత అన్నావు కుటుంబ విలువల పాఠాలే క్రమశిక్షణ పాఠాలన్నావు దేశ దేశముల క్రమశిక్షణయే ప్రపంచ శాంతని అన్నావు నీ సంకల్పమే జాతికి చెరగని విశ్వసనీయత మేల్కొలిపినది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం.
Now we'll also mark the release of KIYE booklet.
బుద్ధుడు సగమై గాంధీ సగమై వెలసిన మూర్తివి నీవయ్యా న్యూటన్ ఐన్స్టీన్ చెరి సగమై కలిసిన చేతులు నీవయ్యా దేశం ప్రతిష్ట ఉపగ్రహంగా నింగి అంచుపై నిలిపావు గాఢ నిద్రలో వచ్చే కలలు కలలే కావని తెలిపావు నిద్దుర రాని కలలే నిజము కలలని నేర్పిన గురువే నీవు కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం.
Thank you, sir, for the honors. We now invite Shri Naresh Indian sir to give a welcome speech.
సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం.
Namaskar, Honorable Governor of Telangana, Sri Jishnudev Verma ji, Director DRDL and Director NRSC, Scientific Advisor to Raksha Mantri Dr. G. Satish Reddy ji, and ASL Director ji, and distinguished guests, dear friends. Today, on the occasion of 93rd birth anniversary of Dr. APJ ABDUL Kalam, we are all together recollecting his memories and discussing things how we all together take this country to the next level, how we can all together lead this country. As we all know about Dr. APJ ABDUL Kalam, his whole life is dedicated to this great country. His vision is to take this country to the next level. His vision is to take Bharat as self-reliant country. Friends, we are all, seeing so many advanced things from ISRO, from DRDO. I must thank DRDO and ISRO for supporting this cause, Sergi. So I also want to thank few supporters, those who are supporting for this cause. Sergi, from 2015, we could able to reach 1 million children, Sergi, in Telangana and Andhra, in Telugu states particularly. Under the guidance of Dr. G. Satish Reddy ji, we are trying to help more number of people. We are trying to involve those two esteemed great labs of India. One is ISRO, the second is DRDO. Friends, with this and this coming days, we in association with ISRO are going to launch a space education program to educate 1 million youth in Telangana. And we also requested DRDO to give their models to educate the future generation. Friends, we all know that India, one of the great scientists of the world, he quoted one thing that he said, we all owe a lot to this country. Why? Because they have given a zero theory which helped us to contribute all the science and technology. Great Einstein, he quoted this. Friends, being a Indian, we must be proud. That is why people are calling me Naresh Indian. We are all first Indians. Keeping this in your mind. So, with these blessings of Honorable Governor Ji, we want to educate, we want to empower the Telangana youth to lead future Telangana. Thank you, Sarji, for gracing this occasion. KIYE is inculcating values and leading in a career and helping them to set a career goals to think big and achieve big. Sarji, I met in Dr. Kalam in 2007 in Sangaro. He said only one thing. He asked me to help the future, change your lifestyle. And I changed my lifestyle. I was thinking to become a Naxalite. So after Kalam's interaction, I changed my lifestyle, become a great trainer, influencing lakhs of children, educating rural children. So this is a small thing I want to submit to you. And there are so many friends of mine, they are keenly observing, they are keenly supporting. I want to thank Dr. Nagendra Babu Garu. I want to thank HDFC. I want to thank DRDO people and other directors for supporting continuously. I also want to thank all the schools and college managements, and particularly principals and my faculty coordinators and student coordinators. Friends, only one thing, this on 93rd birth anniversary of Dr. Kalam, we need to carry only one thing, courage. Courage, we need to be courageous. We need to lead this country, and you also need to carry, they're saying that I want to be a great patriot, and first I'll be the Indian. So we are all Indian. Thank you so much. And I also want to thank Honorable Governor from my bottom of my heart. I also thank all the directors. Thank you so much. Have a great day. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We are privileged to have with us Shri G.A. Srinivas Murthy, sir, the esteemed director of DRDL. He has joined us today at Kalam's Aerospace Convention. We request.
Thank you. Honorable Governor, of Telangana, that is a thing I learned from it. Today, if you see, you are the youngsters having lot of ambitions, lot of good future in front of you. But I request, my humble request is that have a dream, have an idea which will transform your life. Having no idea is a big sin in life. You must have something, some objective. You may be a good entrepreneur, maybe a good scientist, maybe a good engineer or something. You must have something in your mind and you dedicate yourself to become one in your life. These days, your dreams, your imaginations are only the limitations. If you dream something, if you imagine something, I am sure you will be able to achieve it. And as Director whatever small idea you have for the benefit of the nation, you are most welcome. You can communicate me either directly by mobile, a phone call, a message, a WhatsApp message. You can just tell me your idea. I am here to support you morally and financially also. I'll give you all the support which you require on behalf of DRDO. And I welcome, I'm really happy and fortunate to be amongst you on this great occasion, on the birth anniversary of Dr. Kalam. And definitely, we can divide into two periods. One is pre-Kalam era and post-Kalam era. We can see the change, what the country has transformed. He has not only contributed in the area of defense, but also in space and also in atomic energy. Wherever he interacted, he contributed much and brought the sea changes. So I request to dream something, to imagine something, to be part of India's growth, and I wish all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you very much once again for the organizations for inviting me. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. We have Dr. Prakash Chauhan, Director of NRSC ISRO, who will enlighten us on the advancements of space research.
Good afternoon to you all. Most respected Honorable Governor of Telangana, Vishnu Dev Vermaji, most respected Satish Reddy Garu, directors from DRDO Labs, Naresh Indianji, all the organizing committee members, as well as principals of different colleges, and most importantly, all the young children of this beautiful city of Hyderabad. My greetings to you all on this occasion of 93rd anniversary of great Professor APJ Abdul Kalam ji, former president and the great scientist of India. I would like to thank the organizing team here, led by Naresh ji, for giving me this opportunity to share my views on this occasion on the immense contributions of Professor Kalam, who has started his journey from Indian Space Research Organization. And I feel so proud and honored that I also work for National Remote Sensing Center, which is a very important Indian Space Research Organization, and where Kalam Sahab started his career in terms of developing a rocket system at the very early stage as a young engineer. He was working on the SLV program, and then, there are stories in ISRO that how the initial stages, the SLV program was conceived. And there were a couple of, failures also, as it happens. But in space, we always say that we never give up due to failures, and we learn from failures and become successful. And Kalam Saab's experience with the first initial rocket systems were similar to that. Recently, you all must have heard about the big successes of Chandrayaan 3, where also we learned huge lessons from our failures from Chandrayaan 2. So the great motivational story today, which I would like to share with, and especially the younger students, that don't be afraid of your failures. Failures will come. But the thing is that if you learn from your failures and if you improve, and then you can come as victorious. But if you don't learn from your failures and continue to do same repeated mistakes, you are not learning anything. Kalam Saab has taught all of us in ISRO those initial lessons which we are still working upon. Another great legacy of Dr. Kalam today which we can recall, his passion about education generation. In fact, in 2010, United Nations declared October 15th, Kalam Saab's birthday, as the World Students' Day, because he was so passionate about the teaching and then giving motivational, encouragement to the student community. And he was, that's why, very fondly known as the people's president. In fact, the most popular president, probably I can say, of our great nation. Kalam Saab's legacy will continue to inspire all of us in times to come. But at this day, when we remember and recall him, I think let us, all of us, and especially the younger students, pledge ourselves to make our country one of the greatest country. And as we envisioned by our leadership that by 2047, India should become a developed country, let us rededicate ourselves, and especially the younger generation, because you are the one who is going to fulfill the dream of making our country as a Viksit Bharat. With these words, I wish each one of you a grand success and a wonderful career ahead, and would like to thank Naresh ji as well as Reddy Garu for organizing this wonderful event and giving us a plate. Best wishes to each one of you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for enlightening this address. We'll now proceed with the felicitations of the directors. Director NRSC ISRO, Mr. Prakash Chauhan, sir, will be felicitated by our chief guest. We are requesting our Honorable Governor of Telangana, Sri Jishnudev Verma, to do the honors. Director NRSC ISRO, Dr. Prakash Chauhan.
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది
Director ASL BV Paparao sir. BV Paparao sir.
పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం వచ్చే కాలం గళమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం
Our dream
Director DRDL GA Srinivas Murthy sir.
One should not be afraid of problems.
స్వచ్ఛత కలిగిన మనసుల కలయిక చక్కని కుటుంబమన్నావు చక్కని కుటుంబ సమూహమే మన దేశ సమైక్యత అన్నావు కుటుంబ విలువల పాఠాలే క్రమశిక్షణ పాఠాలన్నావు దేశముల క్రమశిక్షణయే ప్రపంచ శాంతని అన్నావు నీ సంకల్పమే జాతికి చెరగని విశ్వసనీయ
Nagendra Babu sir. Professor Ashok Pandey, sir.
సగమై వెలసిన మూర్తివి నీవయ్యా న్యూటన్ ఐన్స్టీన్
Professor
చేతి
Ashok
సగమై
Pandey, sir.
కలిసిన చేతులు నీవయ్యా దేశం ప్రతిష్ట ఉపగ్రహంగా
Animesh Aryan, sir.
గాఢ నిద్రలో వచ్చే కలలు
Shri Nihant Naidu, sir.
ఎత్తురరాని కలలే నిజమగు కలలని నేర్పిన గురువే నీవు
HDFC Yashwant, sir.
జాతి పతాకం ఎగిరంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం జనం సమస్తం నిలిచంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం పచ్చని పైరు పొలమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం వచ్చే కాలం గళమంటుంది కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం కలాం కలాం సలాం సలాం
श्वेत हरित कौसुंभ पुकारे कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम हर्षित जन गण गर्वित मन कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम
We now have Dr. G. Satish Reddy, sir, with us to deliver a speech. Pioneering innovation in defense, inspiring excellence in aerospace. Please join us.
Namaskar. Honorable Governor of the state of Telangana, Sri Jishnudev Varmaji, Director NRSE, Department of Space ISRO, Dr. Chauhanji, DRDO's the mother missile laboratory here, DRDL, for which Dr. Kalam was the director and the present director of it, Sri GAS Murthy, director of the which is the Agni Missiles Laboratory, Shri Paparao, the man behind the whole program, the Kalam Institute of Youth Excellence, Shri principals of various engineering colleges and institutes, and the most important, the students from in and around Hyderabad who have come the birth anniversary of Dr. Kalam. Namaskar to all of you. Very good afternoon to all of you. I have one request to all the students here. Honorable Governor, the most respected person of the state, is here. All of us, as long as he is here, we need to maintain pin drop silence and listen to his speech when he is going to deliver. And also, all the people who have come here are very important people. Please maintain utmost silence till Honorable Governor leaves this function. Friends, Dr. Kalam, when he came to the Hyderabad laboratories as the director of the missile laboratory, this country didn't have one missile. We haven't developed one missile. See the courage of this man. He conceived a program called Integrated Guided Missiles Development Program, IGMDP, wherein he said, I will develop 5 missiles at one go. Went to the government, to Delhi, He had the courage to present to the Prime Minister, convinced them, and then he could get the program sanctioned with 5 missiles, the Prithvi, Agni, Akash, Trishul, Nag, simultaneously developing it. That's the courage. And that has led to today, the country developed number of missiles, right from Prithvi, Dhanush, Agni, Agni 1, Agni 2, Agni 3, Agni 4, Agni 5, BrahMos, Akash. You talk about ballistic missile defense, Astra, Nag, whatever it is, many number of missiles, and the country is standing today tall in the globe as a missile power today. That is because of Dr. Kalam. Similarly, when he came as a director here, he thought we should have a laboratory which is something like a NASA of India, and so he dreamt about it. He conceived the project, and then the RCI is born, Research Center Imarat, in 2,300 acres of land. The complete avionics and missiles related electronics and missile systems, whatever it is, all the required in that place of 2,300 acres, wherein for the foundation stone of that particular laboratory, he could convince, and he brought the Honorable Prime Minister to lay the foundation. For the inauguration of that laboratory, none other than Honorable President of India came to inaugurate that laboratory. That is how he conceived such a big thing. Simultaneously, the missile test range was not there at the time. In the state of simultaneously, he conceived and made the ITR, which is the interim integrated test range at Chandipur, and the first missile test of Agni is tested in the state of Orissa at Chandipur. First Agni missile. That is the type of a vision, courage, what he had, and that is how today the country became a power in the defense. He became SDRM. Then he conceived the Tejas aircraft program, fighter aircraft program. He conceived the submarines program. He conceived the tank program. So wide variety of defense systems. And that's how today country is self-reliant. A country which is the largest importer transformed itself to be an exporter. That is the vision. I remember 15 days before he had his last breath, when I was become the scientific advisor to the Raksha Mantri, he invited me to his house in Rajaji Marg, and we sat almost 2 hours in his library, what all we should do. His dream was always that India should be number one. Conceive such projects that India should be number one. Conceive such projects. Make the country proud. Make the country advanced technology country and make the country prosperous. This is what his dream was. That is why he thought it is the youngsters who can make that happen. So as President of India, or later, he went to schools, colleges across the country, inspiring the children and students that they should be coming out with most advanced technologies. That is how today the youngsters of this country are coming out with great innovations, startups in a big way. You see, in the year 2016, this country had just 458 startups. And today, this country has more than 150,000, 150,000 startups, which is a rare number worldwide. And our innovations are appreciated by the most advanced technologies. Most of our deep tech startups are getting funded by none other than United States of America, European countries, Singapore. These are the countries which are funding, seeing the type of innovations our youngsters are making. So that is what it is. Today it is becoming a reality of the Dr. Kalam's dream that our youngsters should lead the most advanced technologies here. So you people who are sitting here, on this day, we should remember what Dr. Kalam has said and think like that, think big. As Dr. DRDL was telling, dream that you want to make the most advanced technology system and you want to become a great person and make yourself, your institute a great institute, your society a great institute, make your family be proud of it and make your family be prosperous and in turn make the country be prosperous and country be proud out of your achievements. The country's prosperity is in your hands. And so you please work towards it and make the Dr. Kalam's dream a reality. That is a great tribute what we can pay to Dr. Kalam. Jai Hind, Namaskar.
Thank you, sir. It's now my honor to welcome the Honorable Governor of Telangana, Sri Jishnudev Varma, sir. With his visionary leadership, Sri Jishnudev Varma, sir, has been guiding force in promoting educational and technological advancements, especially among the youth of our nation. His unwavering commitment and fostering innovation and empowering young minds makes him the ideal figure to grace the significant occasion as we celebrate the legacy of Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam on his 93rd birth anniversary. With his vast experience and dedication to the cause of education, we are eager to hear from Sri Jishnudev Varma, sir, his insights on the importance of aerospace innovation and youth development will undoubtedly inspire us all.
Good evening to all. Namaskar. On the dais, Sri Naresh, Indian, founder KIYE, Dr. G. Satish Reddy, former chairman DRDO, Dr. S. Nagendra Babu, KIYE trustee, Rohan, director NR, Dr. B.V. Papa Rao, director ASL, Dr. Srinivas Murthy, director DRDO, Hyderabad, esteemed members of Kalam Institute of Youth Excellence, students and fellow citizens. It is a great privilege to stand before you today as we gather to celebrate one of India's most cherished visionaries, Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, on his 93rd birth anniversary. Dr. Kalam was not only a remarkable scientist and leader, but also an eternal source of inspiration, whose profound contributions to science, aerospace, medical science, and defense have forever transformed our nation. His work has paved the way for India's future in space and technology, charting a course that continues to guide us towards self-reliance and global leadership. Today, as we come together for the Kalam Aerospace Convention, aptly themed the era of aerospace, we honor Dr. Kalam's legacy by empowering the youth to dream beyond boundaries and explore new frontiers. This convention is not just an event, but a call to action, inspiring young Indians to contribute to space exploration and defense innovation. It stands as a testament to Kalam's vision for a self-reliant India thriving in science and technology. And event possible. I would particularly like Reddy Reddy, former chairman of the Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO. For his steadfast support to Kalam's Institute of Youth Excellence with the very ideals that Dr. Kalam embodied, an unyielding spirit of service and a relentless pursuit of excellence. DRDO and the Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO, we must appreciate their role as pillars of India's technological advancement. The successful missions of ISRO, including Chandrayaan and Gaganyaan and the pioneering work of DRDO in defense technology, are not merely achievements, they are the living embodiment of Dr. Kalam's dream. Their successes have fortified our national capabilities and have kindled the aspirations of millions, urging young Indians to reach for the stars. Sri Naresh Indian, the founder of KIYE, deserves special recognition for his relentless passion and dedication to building a future-oriented India, particularly in the fields of space and defense. Through KIYE, a powerful platform is being established, enabling the youth to embark on transformative journeys that will define tomorrow's India. Reflecting on Dr. Kalam's timeless wisdom, he once said, you have to dream. You have to dream before your dreams can come true. This convention is indeed the first step towards transforming dreams into reality. Only this morning, I was attending another function. There too, I remembered Dr. Kalam, our president, our former president. He was a man to emulate, an iconic role model for very simple things, what he did. He was the president of India, yet he kept his heart and his doors open to students. For he knew that the future of India lies in the dreams and aspirations of the younger generation. And my favorite quote of Dr. Kalam would be, it is very easy to defeat someone, but very difficult to win over someone. That is the quotation that I like most from all the quotations that he has given. And the other quotation that I like of Dr. Kalam is that dreams are not those that put you to sleep. Dreams are those that do not allow you to sleep. On this special day, let us then commit ourselves to carrying forward Dr. Kalam's legacy. Let us dedicate our efforts to the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let us dedicate our efforts to the spirit of innovation and the belief that we can achieve the seemingly impossible. In the words of Dr. Kalam himself, excellence is a continuous process and not an accident. Let us make this day a moment of rededication to excellence, striving not only for our individual aspirations, but for the collective progress of our nation. Thank you, and may this convention inspire us all to reach for the stars. Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
Thank you, Honorable Governor, for those inspiring words. We'll now proceed with the felicitation of our Honorable Governor by Dr. Reddy, sir. Please do the honors, Dr. Reddy.
हरित कौसुंभ पुकारे कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम हर्षित जन गण गर्वित मन कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम देश नमन तुझे करता क्षण क्षण कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम नतमस्तक सागर संगम कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम
Please do the honors to the Honorable Governor by Dr. Reddy, sir.
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work and perseverance. One should not be afraid of problems.
दिल में सोना जब दमकेगा तब आदम इंसान होगा जिस घर में इंसान बसते हो वो घर जब रोशन होगा दिल से दिल तक राह बनाने घर तीरथ मंदिर होगा.
Thank you so much. Thank you everyone for joining us today. Thank you NRSC ISRO Director Prakash Chauhan sir, Director ASL BV Papa Rao, Director DRDL GS Srinivas Murthy sir, Director DRDL GS Srinivas Murthy sir, Nagendra Babu sir, Srinihat Naidu sir, Yashwant sir, Honorable Governor Shri Jishnudev Varma sir, and our guest of honor Dr. Reddy sir. Thank you so much sir. Thank you all. With our chief guest's permission, we'll conclude the event. Please all rise for national anthem.
जन गण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
Please stay in your places. Everyone, please be seated. Everybody, please be seated. We'll be giving you certificates, so please be seated. Also, there will be a prize announcement. Before that, I'd like to thank every one of you for joining us today and making this event a resounding success. We are deeply and grateful to our esteemed speakers, guests, and all of your participation, and for your inspiring contributions you've made today. A special thanks to the event coordinators, volunteers, technical team, faculty coordinators who have worked tirelessly behind the scenes to ensure that everything ran smoothly. Your presence and efforts truly made this event a memory, and we couldn't have done it with all of your support. Thank you guys once again.
श्वेत हरित कौसुंभ पुकारे कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम हर्षित जन गण गर्वित मन कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम
Kindly please follow us on social media handles, and there is a new event that is going to happen next year, Inspire Hyderabad 2025, and I hope you'll all join us there. Yes or no? Thank you guys.
देश नमन तुझ करता क्षण क्षण कलाम कलाम सलाम सलाम है नतमस्तक सागर संगम कलाम कलाम
Kindly please be seated. Please be seated. Please don't leave the auditorium. Please be seated.
You must have a dream, continuously acquire knowledge, hard work, and perseverance. One should not be afraid of problems.
I request every one of you to fill this feedback to receive a certificate. I request everyone to fill the feedback, scan the QR and fill the feedback to receive the certificate. Please shut the doors. Coordinators, please shut the doors and please don't allow anybody to go out.
सब कुछ देखा तू जमीन पर शांति दूत है दिगंत का भी ज्ञाता तू अंतरिक्ष की लेता उड़ाने और हृदय में उतर जाता जहाँ गया वहाँ भूमि पावन तेरा निशान न मिट पाता
Good evening everyone. Okay, I hope you that everyone are inspired by this program. ప్రతి ఒక్కరు ఏదో ఒకటి నేర్చుకున్నారని అనుకుంటున్నాను. సో నెక్స్ట్ 2025లో వచ్చేసి మన ఇన్స్పైర్ ఈవెంట్ ఉంటుంది. ప్రతి ఒక్కరు ఆ ఈవెంట్కి అటెండ్ అవ్వండి. ఇక్కడైతే ఏ విధంగా అయితే మీరు ఇన్స్పైర్ అయ్యారో అక్కడ కూడా అదే విధంగా ఇన్స్పైర్ అవ్వండి. ప్రతి ఒక్కరు రావడానికి ట్రై చేయండి. ఒక్క 5 minutes అందరు వెళ్ళిపోవచ్చు, జస్ట్ సర్టిఫికేట్ డిస్ట్రిబ్యూషన్ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత.
గైస్, ఈవెంట్ ఎలా అనిపించింది? ఓకే ఓకే, అందరూ ఇట్లా పైకి చూపించండి. ఓకే, అందరూ పైకి. ఓకే, అందరూ పైకి. ఐ కాన్ సీ ద హ్యాండ్స్. వెనకమాల వెనకమాల, బ్యాక్ సైడ్ బ్యాక్ సైడ్. పైకెత్తాలి ఇట్లా. ఓకే, కనిపిస్తలేవబ్బా, వినిపిస్తలేదు కాదు, కనిపిస్తలేదు. సో ఇన్స్పైర్ హైదరాబాద్ 2025 ఫిబ్రవరి ఆ టైంకి ఉంటుంది. ఐ హోప్ మీరు అందరూ జాయిన్ అవుతారు, పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తారు. ఇంకొంచెం ఫన్ చేద్దాం. అబ్బా మేము యాంకరింగ్. So did you guys learn something today? Yes? No? You didn't learn anything new about innovation? You didn't learn anything new? Not even from the founders, the professors? You did learn. Please stop lying. 50-50? Okay. You enjoyed it? ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఫామ్ వస్తుంది. ఎంతమంది ఫిల్ చేసినారు ఒకసారి చేతులు లేపండి. ఏమైంది? ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ ఎంతమంది ఫాలో అయినారు? సగం మంది ఫాలో కాలే. ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్ ఫాలో అవ్వండి. స్కానర్ వేయండి భయ్యా. ఫాలో బ్యాక్ అవుతాంలే. వినిపిస్తలే. చెప్పమట్లా. అది KIYE అకౌంట్. అందరూ ఫాలో అవ్వండి. అవని వాళ్ళందరూ ప్లీజ్ డూ ఫాలో అస్ ఆన్ ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్. ఇట్లా లైవ్ అప్డేట్స్ అన్నీ వస్తూ ఉంటాయి. మీరు ఎప్పుడైనా ఇట్లా కోఆర్డినేట్ చేయాలనుకుంటే ఇట్లాంటి ఈవెంట్స్కి ఇవాళ టార్గెట్ మాకు 2K ఫాలోవర్స్. ఇక్కడ 2K పీపుల్ ఉన్నారు. కొంచెం మీరు కూడా హెల్ప్ చేస్తే 2K ఫాలోవర్స్ అయిపోతారు.
Hello everyone, myself Ravi Verma from Sri Hindu. యాక్చువల్గా మీరు ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్లో ఈరోజు 2K కంప్లీట్ చేస్తే మీకు నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్లో మేము మంచి మంచి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఇస్తాం. అండ్ మీరు నెక్స్ట్ ఇన్స్పైర్ కల్లా మా ఈ ఇన్స్టాగ్రామ్లో 10K ఫాలోవర్స్ రీచ్ అయ్యేటట్టు చేస్తే ఎవరైతే ఎక్కువ ఫాలోవర్స్ని గిట్ట వాళ్ళు స్టోరీ మెన్షన్ చేసి మమ్మల్ని ట్యాగ్ చేసి ఎక్కువ ఫాలోవర్స్ వచ్చేటట్టు చేస్తే వాళ్ళకి మంచి గిఫ్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి అండ్ మంచి మంచి ఆపర్చునిటీస్ ఉంటాయి. అండ్ ఇన్స్పైర్కి వస్తారా మీరు? 2K25 లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఇన్స్పైర్ జరిగిన వీడియో చూసారు అందరూ? ఇన్స్పైర్ లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఇన్స్పైర్ వచ్చిన వాళ్ళు ఒకసారి హ్యాండ్స్ రేజ్ చేయండి. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ ఇన్స్పైర్ వచ్చేసి మనకి గచ్చిబౌలి స్టేడియంలో జరిగింది. ఈసారి మరి దానికన్నా పెద్దగా 10Kలో ప్లాన్ చేస్తున్నాం. లాస్ట్ ఇయర్ 5Kలో జరిగింది. ఈసారి 10K మెంబర్స్. స్టేడియం
ఈసారి మీరు అందరూ జాయిన్ అవుతారు అనుకుంటున్నాం. సపోర్ట్ చేస్తారు అనుకుంటున్నాం. పార్టిసిపేట్ చేస్తారు కదా? ఈ ఒక్క బ్యాచ్ నుంచి కాదు, నాకు మొత్తం ఆడిటోరియం నుంచి వినిపించాలి. Coordinate to shut the doors. I request everybody to stay back. Dr. Satish sir is going to give a speech.
Thank you guys, and again thank you Guruji. Thank you. I request you all. సో వీ హ్యావ్ ఏ స్మాల్ ఒక ఫోటోగ్రాఫ్. ఈ పని చేసిన పిల్లలందరూ ఒకసారి గెస్ట్లు ఇట్లా కూర్చుంటే ఒక్క నిమిషం వచ్చి ఒక గ్రూప్ ఫోటో. కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ అందరూ ఫ్యాకల్టీ స్టూడెంట్స్ కొంచెం మీరు అందరూ వీళ్ళని అప్రిషియేట్ చేయాలి బిడ్డ. కొంచెం లైట్ కొంచెం గట్టిగా మీకోసము వీళ్ళంతా. బిఫోర్ దట్ ఒక చిన్న పోస్టర్ అయ్యా అరే కుర్చీల దగ్గర చేరా. ఒక చిన్న డైరెక్టర్ సార్ని పోస్టర్ ఒక చిన్న ఫోటో గురించి ఒక అట్లా మీరు ఉండండి అట్లా రామా. యా అట్లా పట్టుకుంటున్నాను సరే. ఓ స్మాల్ యా యా ఎస్ యా ఒక ఫోటోకి సరే సార్ ఒక్కసారి కైండ్లీ రిక్వెస్ట్ ఒకసారి తోడు జీ దయచేసి ఒక ఫోటోకి చోటు. థ్యాంక్ యూ UTS and HDFC and all the principals and faculty coordinators, student coordinators, volunteers. అరే అడ్జస్ట్ అవ్వండి బిడ్డ. యా థ్యాంక్ యూ. మీకు ప్రొఫెసర్ నాగేశ్వరరావుతో అందరికీ ఫ్రీగా ఒక ఆన్లైన్ కోర్స్ ఇచ్చేటట్లుగా కలాం గారి ఈ ప్లాట్ఫామ్ను ఉపయోగిస్తూ పైథాన్ మీద అందరికీ ఫ్రీ ట్రైనింగ్ ఇస్తూ ఉన్నాం. సో ఆ పోస్టర్ లాంచ్ చేస్తున్నారు. డాక్టర్ రెడ్డి గట్టిగా చప్పట్లు కొడుతూ వెల్కమ్ చేద్దాం. యా థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్జీ, థ్యాంక్ యూ. అందరూ ఇట్లా రండి. అరే అడ్జస్ట్ చేసుకోండిరా, మీరు సరిగా ఫోటోలో రారు మీరు. యా లేకుంటే పిల్లలందరూ ముందుండండి నానా, లేకుంటే ఫ్యాకల్టీకైనా ఇవ్వండి. మీరు ఇట్లుంటే ఫోటోలో రారాయి. యా యా అప్పట్లాగా బిడ్డ. చలో రండి రండి అడ్జస్ట్ అవ్వండి నాన్న. థ్యాంక్ యూ ఆల్ ద ఫ్యాకల్టీ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్. ఫ్యాకల్టీ అందరినీ కూడా రావాల్సిందిగా. యా కమ్ మేడం మీరు ఇటుండండి. అరే మీరు కూర్చోరా సురేజన్ కూర్చోబెట్ట. యా ఫ్యాకల్టీ అరే చిన్న ఫ్యాకల్టీ ఉండేంట్రా. అరే యా అందరూ వాలంటీర్స్ కోఆర్డినేటర్స్ అందరూ రండి బిడ్డ. యా కొంచెం తలకాయ కింద కనమంటున్నాడు నాన్న. యా కూర్చొని బిడ్డ. యాంకర్స్ బాగా చేశారు, థ్యాంక్ యూ. యాక్టివ్ కాలేజెస్ అందరికీ థ్యాంక్ యూ. యా 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 సో మీరందరూ KIYEకి కనెక్ట్ అయ్యి ఉండండి బిడ్డ. ఇన్స్పైర్ హైదరాబాద్ 2025 ఈజ్ గోయింగ్. మనం ఫిబ్రవరి మార్చ్లో అదొక పెద్ద కార్యక్రమం ఉంటుంది, మీరు అందరూ జాయిన్ అవ్వండి. ఎస్ బిడ్డ. మీరు DRDO లెక్చర్స్, ఇస్రో లెక్చర్స్, మనము విజిట్స్ కూడా మనం గొప్పగా ప్లాన్ చేద్దాం. GS విమర్శి గారు ఉన్నారు, తర్వాత పాపారావు గారు. ఆ పోడియం ది బిడ్డ. మనోజ్ వేర్ ఆర్ యూ? శశాంక్, మనోజ్, యా వెంకట్ దా. యా థ్యాంక్ యూ సో మచ్. ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇవ్వండి. మీ సర్టిఫికెట్స్ అక్కడ సర్టిఫికెట్స్ వాళ్ళు సర్టిఫికెట్స్ ఇచ్చేయండి పెట్టాం. యా థ్యాంక్ యూ గైస్. అందరూ ఫీడ్బ్యాక్ ఇచ్చేయండి బిడ్డ. యా థ్యాంక్ యూ నాన్న. అందరూ కాలేజ్ వైజ్గా ఫోటో తీసుకున్న వాళ్ళు వచ్చేయచ్చు, మీరు వెకేట్ చేయండి బిడ్డ. 1 by 1 ఇక్కడ 2-3 ఉండి బిడ్డ. రే మీరు అందరూ ఇక్కడ ఉండి దిగినాక వాళ్ళని అటు పంపిస్తూ ఉండాలి, ఇబ్బంది పెట్టినాయి అది. చలో 5 minutes అయిపోయింది. ఎవరైనా యా ఒక్క నిమిషం గురూజీ. డాన్సర్స్ 3 రండి బిడ్డ. డాన్సర్స్ ఎస్ ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్. 1 minute ఇద్దరు అది చిన్న యా రండి. కలాం ఐడల్ తీసుకురండి బిడ్డ. ఒక్క నిమిషం సార్. కలాం ఐడల్ ఏంటన్నా చిన్నది. యా కమ్ రాయని. సార్ డాన్సర్స్ డాన్సర్స్ 3కి చిన్న ఐడల్ తీసుకురండి सर ఒక్క నిమిషం 1 मिनट सर एक फोटो होना चाहिए इनको बच्चे इटरेंड मेरे या सर सर ए अर्षित ए मनी सर 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 जी थोड़ा इसको या नेक्स्ट डांसर डांसर पापा राज या थैंक यू नेक्स्ट नेक्स्ट दा दा बेटा दा सर
कुछ करिए नस नस मेरी खोले हाय कुछ करिए
वो या सर जी मनस्विनी राइट या थैंक यू या 1 by 1 కాలేజెస్ వాళ్ళు మీకు మీరే ఆగ్రహం చేసుకోండి ఇద్దరు మనోజ్ హర్షిత్ మీరు ఇక్కడ ఉండి అంత ఇబ్బంది లేకుండా చూడాలి. థ్యాంక్ యూ డైరెక్టర్ ఎన్ఆర్ఎస్సి, థ్యాంక్ యూ డైరెక్టర్ ఏఎస్ఎల్, థ్యాంక్ యూ డైరెక్టర్ డిఆర్డిఎల్, థ్యాంక్ యూ. ఇది మరి ఏంటి రామా? సారీ సార్. చలో చలో చలో. యా ఎస్ ఎస్ ఎస్. ఫోటోగ్రాఫర్ ఏ బాబు, రే ఏ రామ్. యా యా మీరంతా కాలేజీ 1 by 1 గ్రూప్ ఫోటో తీసుకోండి సార్. థ్యాంక్ యూ సార్. యా యా ఇక మనీష్
ఒకళ్ళ తర్వాత ఒకళ్ళు
డాన్స్ వాళ్ళకి ఇచ్చారు మా డాన్స్ టీం వచ్చింది.
వెళ్ళండి మరి. ఇప్పటివరకు ఏం చేస్తున్నారు? Pallavi College students, please join us for a photo. Pallavi College students, please join us for a photo session. Pallavi Engineering College, please make it a little quick. పల్లవి ఇటు వస్తే మీరు ఫోటోలో పడరు, కొంచెం అటే వెళ్ళండి. ఫోటోలో పడరు, ఇటు ఉంటే ఫోటోలో పడరు మా ఫోటోలో పడరు.
Let's listen from the man.
Three things.
Three good qualities about you. Like
I think I'm a people person.
People person.
I like people.
Yeah, I know, and that's why people like you.
Maybe. I think I'm good at